Hello and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we've got a, remarkable looking puzzle to try today. It's called Penthouse. It was released on the 1st of April, make of that what you will, and it's by Marty Sears and Lorena, collaborating together, I think for the first time. I've read the rules before I turned on the webcam, and they're suitably bonkers. We've got a pet cat called Ocho in the grid, and we're going to have to put pentominoes and tetrominoes into the grid somehow, according to some rules. It's got 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty, and it involves photos. These things outside the grid are photos. And apologies if there is a little bit of trampoline war noise in the background. It is the school holidays, and that means that trampoline wars are afoot. So anyway, hopefully there won't be too much noise, and we will be able to solve the puzzle together. And I'll read the rules of this one in a moment or two's time. Now, some things to tell you about before that. We are going to be streaming tomorrow night. We are returning to streaming after a bit of a hiatus, having a look at a game called Monument Valley. And loads of you are really excited about this. I'm excited too, but I don't know anything about the game. But apparently it's really, really good. And I've downloaded Monument Valley 1 and Monument Valley 2. So if by some miracle we do finish the first, we will start the second. 10 o'clock UK time. Love to have your company for that tomorrow evening if you're around. Other news. Over on Patreon, we have got a brand new competition running. This is to win Emily Williams' wonderful cushion cover, homemade Sudoku. It's got a Sudoku colouring pattern inbuilt into it. Let's see where the count's at. We were at 201, weren't we? 283. Well over 1,000 solves for the first 3 puzzles. It's just brilliant. It is brilliant how many of you are making your way through this hunt. So very well done to everybody who solved the whole thing. That is really terrific solving. And if you haven't had a go yet, plenty of time. The closing date is the 20th of the month. And I'm delighted to tell you as well that Dominic, who won last month's competition, has agreed to make a Sudoku video. So I need to arrange that, and we're going to be doing that in the coming days, and hopefully that will result in a video on the channel at some point. Now, the other thing, let me go to my list, is I have got a whole load of birthdays and other announcements to do today. So let's do some of those. Couple of thank yous as well. Thank you to Joel. Joel, sometimes known as the Pie Guy, wrote a poem about my travails with Tall Cat's puzzle a couple of days ago, which was very kind. And Joel, thank you for doing that. I was touched. I haven't quite forgiven myself yet for forgetting the rule in Tall Cat's puzzle towards the end that would have shortened the solve a little bit. But it was very kind of you to be so nice to me. Also to Vincent, who has created a heavy metal version of our theme music, Mozart, of course. Vincent's YouTube channel is Vinzarelli. I would have included it in the intro to this video, but I'm a bit nervous about getting copyright strikes when we directly crib other people's music. So I will just put a link to that under this video if you want to see Vincent play Mozart on the electric guitar. It's very good. It's very good. So check that out. Now on the birthday front, let me look at this. Sarah, it's your 56th birthday today, and you're having apple strudel, I believe, which I can get on board with. If you're not having chocolate cake, apple strudel is perfectly fine. And you were asking about sponge to cream ratios and whether they also have to be 1-to-1. Well, yeah, I think perhaps more cream than sponge. That would be my guideline. And Sarah was saying as well that the YouTube algorithm apparently has been recommending videos of ours going back to 2018, 2019 recently. I have no idea why that should be the case. The YouTube algorithm is the puzzle that we have very much not solved. We do not understand it. We don't know why it recommends certain ones of our videos and not others. But anyway, anyone who's found us, thank you for watching. And Sarah, have a great birthday. Next, I'm a day late with this one, hopefully not $1 short, but Alice, you turned 25 yesterday, and I know this because your girlfriend Fia wrote to us. And Alice, I think you're in the Netherlands and Fia is in Iceland, if I'm not mistaken, but you're both watching and solving, and the two of you are due to get together again on the 15th, which is only a week away. So Alice, many happy returns. I hope you have a great birthday today. Next, Dave. Dave, it's your birthday, and I know this because your daughter Ella wrote to us and told us that you've been watching for years and a shout out might make your day. I hope that's true, and Dave, many happy returns. Have some chocolate cake with a lot of icing would be my recommendation. Next, Harry. Harry, it was your birthday yesterday, and you told the brilliant story of how you spent your birthday. Was it your birthday yesterday or the day before? But anyway, you spent your birthday with your son Ben, and Ben wanted to make his own Sudoku puzzle, so you helped him. That is what a lovely thing to do. I think you're over in Denver, Colorado, if I remember rightly. In fact, I might have Ben's puzzle. Have I got it on my screen? This is it. If I remember, I'll put a link to this as well. You could have a go at Ben's puzzle to celebrate Harry's birthday, and well done, Ben, on creating your first Sudoku puzzle. Another Ben, but I don't think it's the same Ben, is the husband of Kat. And Kat, it's your 36th birthday today. Ben was apologetic that he hadn't arranged a solar eclipse for you this year, but he is. Well, I know he's arranging chocolate cake, and he also wrote you a touching Sudoku poem, which I have been party to. So, Kat, I hope you enjoy that, and many happy returns. And then the final birthday. Now, this is bad. Well, it's not bad. It's not a bad birthday or anything. But Oliver, you've turned 20 today. And I don't know how I know this. I looked in our emails and I don't understand. Sometimes we get recommendations on Instagram or Facebook, and sometimes on Twitter even. And I find it harder to keep track of those. But Oliver, hopefully this means something to you. And you've turned 20, and I hope you have a great birthday. And with that said and done, let's have a go at Penthouse by Marty Sears and Lorena, an April Fool's puzzle. So I am on the lookout because I do not trust Marty Sears with anything. These are the rules of this one. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So we've got, is this a fog? Oh, it is a fog puzzle. Sorry, I should have. I mean, it looks foggy, doesn't it? It just, yeah. Anyway, we've got normal Sudoku rules, so we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Fog, it says, the grid is covered with fog. Entering correct digits may clear fog somewhere in the grid. No guessing is necessary. Right, so it's dynamic fog. So sometimes, if we got this cell in a normal fog puzzle, it would clear the fog from those cells. In this puzzle, if we get that cell, it might clear the fog from there. We just don't know. Penthouse. 5 tetrominoes, shapes made of 4 orthogonally connected cells, have just moved into a large house with 12 pentominoes, which are shapes made of 5 orthogonally connected cells. So just let's stop there and make sure that we all know what a tetromino and a pentomino are. That is a tetromino, because it is made of 4 orthogonally connected shapes. Orthogonally connected means shares an edge with. So this is not a tetromino, because this cell, although it touches this cell at a point, it does not share an edge with it. So that cannot be a tetromino. It could become a pentomino if we put that one into the shape. Now, no 2 characters are exactly the same shape. Rotations and reflections count as the same. E.g., there is only one L tetromino, right? So that is an L tetromino, and say that we found that went here in this grid. There couldn't be that shape anywhere in the grid, because that would be another L tetromino, and you may say, no, that's a different shape. Under rotation and reflection, it's the same shape. if we rotate it a bit and then reflect it, we'd be able to generate this shape. So we couldn't have this shape in the grid, is how I understand the rules anyway. There is also a pet cat called Ocho, who occupies just one cell. So that I think is Ocho, whose eyes, rather unfortunately, have gone a bit mad-eye moody. But anyway, Ocho lives here. Now, we have to fit all 18 occupants, because it's a penthouse, I suppose, into the grid, so that none of them overlap. Outlines of characters are shown with a thick black line. Okay, well maybe they've got a thick black line under the fog or something. A small clue appearing anywhere within a character indicates the total sum of all the digits in that character. Yeah, so let's say that was a shape in the grid. What do we know about it? We know nothing overlaps with it. Do we know it's got that digit in it? A 9 there. Is that what we're being told by the stuff outside the grid? Hang on, let's keep reading. Small clue appearing anywhere within a character indicates the total sum of the digits in that character. No two characters have the same total, and digits never repeat on a character. Yeah, so if that was a character, which I would call a T pentomino, then that digit, whatever that was, couldn't go in either of those squares, because if it did, it would repeat on a character. Right, and outside the grid we have these photographs. Around the grid are photos of some, not all, of the characters. Each photo shows a character as it appears in the grid, unreflected, i.e. photos are not mirrored. It also shows one of its digits with its correct orientation and position within the character. Each character must be placed in the grid so that its given digit is up the right way. Right, so look, there's a 1 here on the right hand side of an X pentomino. So if that were, well, it's not going to be, because the whole grid's covered with characters, isn't it? Actually, I'm not sure that's true. But anyway, let's have a look at that. Let's say that that was the X pentomino in the grid. Then because in the photograph the 1 is on the right hand side, I think the 1 would go there, wouldn't it? Because if we put the 1 there, that would imply that the 1 was the wrong way up. Yeah, it says the digit must appear the right way. So I think that's how it works. Now hang on, let me just go back to... Yeah, okay. Anyway, I've got a little mathematical point that we can talk about that might prove the entire grid is covered with characters. Anyway, do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video. We've got notes we can take in this one. The way to play is to click the link under the video. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Actually, can I write 8 into Ocho because of that? Probably can. But what I was going to say is there are only 12 distinct pentominoes. I know that because of all the pentomino puzzles I've done in the past. So 12 pentominoes will consume 60 cells in this puzzle, because each pentomino has 5 cells. 5 tetrominoes will consume 20 cells, so that's 80 cells, plus 1 for Ocho is 81, and this is a 9 by 9 grid. So there is not going to be that shape in the grid, because that would imply that this was an Ocho, and that's an Ocho. There's only one pet cat in this grid. It's there. This photograph of said pet cat seems to suggest we can write 8 into, oh my goodness me, into Ocho's 8, and that has revealed an absolute plethora of things. Right. So what do we do now? Do we try and extend these shapes then, presumably? Well, actually, that shape can't be 5 cells, because the minimum sum of 5 different digits is 15, the triangular number for 5. So this is a tetromino, and it's got 1, 2, 3 and 4 in it, so these must be from 1, 2, 3 and 4. That shape, well, actually this shape is a pentomino, because if it wasn't, it could only have four different digits in it, and 6, 7, 8, 9 only add to 30, and this adds to 32. So this is quite interesting. This shape is either a T, which would be this one, this photograph, or what do you call that one? A Y pentomino, but it could be there or there to create a Y. So this shape is a Y or an N. No, Y or a T. A Y or a T. 11 here. That's very similar to the 10. In fact, let's give it the same colour as a result. That must be a tetromino, because if it was 5 cells, it would add up to at least 15. So this is made up of 1s, 2s, 3s and 5s in order to get to 11 in 4 cells without repeating a digit. This shape is those cells. But this could go here, here. It can't go there, can it? In fact, maybe we should use the pen tool. Let me go to the pen tool and just put in some boundaries. Now I'm gonna go. This is going to go wrong, I think. Let's outline Ocho. That's a boundary. Yeah, I'm going to mess this up. I think I'm going to make it look more untidy than it needs to. Oh, I know what I could do. I could do the whole outline of the grid. I like doing that. Can I? No, it won't let me draw on the photographs. Right, oh, hang on. This is an X. It goes in all directions. So that one is that is a drawable shape. Sums to 23. That doesn't make me think of anything particularly clever. 5 cells that add to 23. The average Sudoku number is a 5. So 5 times 5 is 25. It's very close to being an average cage, isn't it? 14. This is another, I'm going to call it an orange cage. This is another tetromino, because it must be. Again, 5 different numbers sum to at least 15. This one, well, this could be an... I think this is taking this cell, isn't it? Because the way that the graphics seem to work in this is that if this cell was not in this shape, we would see a corner marking in the sort of southeastern corner of this cell, and we don't. So I think all of that is one shape. Now that could be a tetromino, though. If those 4 digits sum to 28, that would work. Do we have... Actually, I should know this, but I don't. Are there only 5 possible tetrominoes? Let's think about that for a moment. So that would be a tetromino. That would be a tetromino. That's 2. An L would be a tetromino. That's 3. An I would be a tetromino. That's 4. But there must be another one, because there are at least 5 in the puzzle. Oh, a T, I suppose. Is there any other possible shape? I don't think there is. Right, so actually this puzzle consists of all the different types of tetromino and all the different types of pentomino. Ah. No, I was going to say that's interesting, because that must be at least those, mustn't it? But it could be a U, or it could be an L, or it could be a little l. You don't have to have a 1 in the 14, because 2, 3, 4 and 5 would add up to 14. And we've got a 12 here that's going to those cells. Let's just draw that in. What colour should we make that? I'll make it green again. Actually, no, that's an orange again. That must be an orange, because we know 5 cells adds to at least 15. Oh, that's bad, isn't it? Because that orange is too close to this orange, so I'm better give it a different colour. I'll give it lime green. Right, that cell is part of the 11. In fact, the 11's finished. Yeah, because this cell is not part of the 12. And it's obviously, it's sort of penned in by the X. And now the 11 must take 4 cells, so it must go there. So that's actually a complete tetromino. And that is a T tetromino. Now, have we got a picture of a no, we don't. None of the sort of usual suspects, the rogue gallery that we've got going on outside the grid, I think include they include a T pentomino. Oh, and you know what Marty and Lorena have done here. Look at this. It's all sixes. It's all 6s and 9s, which of course can be either way up. Oh well, okay. We can put 1s, 2s, 3s, and 5s in there. The 12 here. Do we know whether that's in the top left of its region? Let me just read that. Is that because if this is a killer cage, that would have to drop down here. You look at the rules again, just a second. A small clue. Appearing anywhere within a character. No, so we don't know that that's the sort of top left cell of this tetromino. Bobbins, okay. So how do we do that then, do you think? I don't know. Oh, actually, can I... Look, sorry, I even talked about this earlier. There's a 1 in my X, and it's got to go there, because otherwise it would be the wrong shape. I didn't clear any fog. We get a 1 in the 11 cage as a result of that. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, I thought oh, no, I haven't. No, I thought I had broken it for a moment. I haven't. Right. There is a bit of logic with the 12 cage now. 4 different digits summing to 12 must include a 1 and a 2. If you try and do it with 1, 3, 4, 5, you'll get to 13. So where's the 1 in this 12 cage? If this 12 cage went up, that 1 would prevent that 12 cage from having a 1 in it. So I think we have to go there. Same is true for that one, obviously. So I think that is a 1. It's not actually clearing fog, but that doesn't necessarily mean we've made a mistake. And when I was thinking that this was a 1, I was like, oh, but is that in the same box as this one? But it's not. It's really difficult to see the 3x3 boxes. So we're going to have to sort of use our Sudoku intuition to know where they are. Oh, boom. Right. This yellow cage has to extend, because otherwise it would be another L. That is the only L tetromino in the puzzle, so we can't have 2 of them. So that's the L pentomino. There must be a 2 in one of those squares. Oh, hang on, yeah, that's fine. I was thinking, no, I don't want to put a 9 in the 12 gauge. But no, this photograph, you can see if we just twist it around a clockwise quarter turn, it would look exactly like this, and it would have a 6 here. So that is a 6, which must be partnered up with 2 and 3 in a 12 cage. Okay, I really want to tick this off, and I can't do it. Have we got an L in the photographs? No, we've got a V. No, we haven't, I don't think. Okay. Oh, sorry if this is obvious. I am now stuck. What do you think we look at next? We could look at... I don't know. We can put 1 in the 27 cage. That would be fine. It wouldn't be fine if this was a tetromino. Actually, what tetrominoes have we had now? We've had T, and we've had L. And there are 5 different ones. So there's a square one somewhere that's going to be this shape. There's an I and an S. Right. I actually think that's important then. Okay, I don't think this can be an eye, because if it was an eye it would be that shape, and that seems to have a 6 in it, and this 10 cage is going to be made up of 1s, 2s, 3s and 4s. Yeah, I think what we're supposed to do at this point is to say neither of these tetrominoes, and they must be tetrominoes, is this one, the square one. So they must be, between them, one of them is an I and one of them is an S. And this is important, actually. Firstly, this is really funny. This one must be the I, because that one can't have a 6 or a 9 in it. Now, look at that. That means it's exactly this shape in order to be an I. And this digit here, this 6, but if we flip it over it would be a 9. But the 9 would go here, and those 3 digits would have to add up to 5, which is impossible. Because 3 different Sudoku digits add up to at least 6. So I think this retains its shape, and that digit is a 6. Which didn't clear any fog. So these 3 digits add up to 8, and they're either 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. And this one has to be this one. Oh. Well, hang on. So... I'm just trying to work out in my brain how it must... In order for that 4 to be the right way up, we have to twist the shape around, don't we? Like a half turn. And then the 4 will be in the top row pointing left. So I think it's that shape. I think that seems to be what we have to do. And that cell is a 4, I think. So these are not 4. This is a new tetromino that we've just deduced the shape of. This cell is 1, 2 or 3 then, because this must add up to 10. This shape are filled in. This shape, this is part of a U pentomino, because if it can't stop there, it would be an L tetromino, which we've already had. It can't bump into yellow, or it wouldn't be a tetromino or a pentomino. So it must do a little twist around there. And we have got a photograph of it, and because it's facing that direction, It must be a rotation of 180 degrees of this shape, putting, I think, 9 in the top. Oh no, that's so weird that my brain couldn't see that. I was about to say putting 9 in the corner. It's not in the corner, it's in the tip, isn't it? It's there. I think that's a 9. Okay, so that's a shape. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. Right. I have a feeling. That there's going to be... that I'm missing points around these photographs outside the grid. But I don't really know where to look to act on that hunch. So, I mean, normally the X is the hardest. I've got something actually. I was going to say normally the X is the hardest pentomino to place. If you've ever done a sort of pentominoes puzzle and you're always having to think about the difficult shapes to place, often it's the X that's the hardest. However, I have just, I think, spotted something here, and that is, where is the I pentomino going in the puzzle? Now look, there is a photograph of it here, and it has a 6 or a 9 in it. But that's, in order for that 6 or 9 to be in the correct orientation, we're going to have a vertical I pentomino. Where are we putting a vertical I pentomino in this puzzle? There's nowhere to put it apart from there. I think that's the only place it can go. Now, the problem with that is that if it goes, that could be a 6 or that could be a 9, depending on how it twists. And gosh, it's really hard for me to see that there is an 8 in Ocho. So there's a 6 here or a 9 here. I don't know how we tell which of those is true. Okay, so what else have we got? We've got a W which has a 1 in it. And that's going to have to do something like that. It's not going to go there because that would be the 1. There, maybe. No, no. There, maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure about that, though. We've got a V here which has a 6 or a 9 in it. Okay. And maybe I'm meant to do Sudoku. I know I resist it at all costs, but we've got an F pentomino with an 8 in it, and I think it looks to me like that 8 is, it has a particular font, which means that where the cell the 8 is in is at the bottom of the shape, so it's something like that shape, I think, as opposed to being that shape with the 8 here. If the 8 was here, it looks like the 8 would be the wrong way up, but I might be wrong. Okay, sorry, I'm not seeing anything to do here, am I? Do we know? This one has to grow because we've had a T, tetromino. So that's going to grow. Right. So if that's correct, I mean, it could have grown here to be a pentomino, but that shape doesn't bear any relation to the one that's got the 8 in it. It's not the right orientation. So the 8 would be mispositioned if this was part of purple. I don't think that's possible. So this is either a T, or could it be that one? No, that's still in the wrong position. So it's a T. It's either a T or it's that. Oh, it's a Y. A T or a Y. And if it was... Oh, if it was that shape, it would be this one, and that would be a 9. Which looks very reasonable, actually. But if it's a T... If it's a T, it's this one. And this would be a 6. Oh, that's... both of those work. Okay. Goodness me, I don't know what to do then. I'm stuck. What about... What about that shape? That... Oh, we know that one's got 5 cells. Okay, so this is... Oh, this is like this one. This is either a Y, which would have a 6 in this position, or it's a T, in which case... Ah! Oh, I see. No, this is really important. This green one is not a T, I don't think. Because if it was, it's this photograph, and that would put a 9 here, which would clash with my 9 from my U. So this one is a Y. Let's delineate it, and then we can see what that means, because we've got that shape, it's here. And that means this has to be a 6, I think. Now, do you have to have an 8, 7, 6? Yes, you do. You definitely do. If there was no 9 in this 32 cage, how could it add up to 32? It would be 8, 7, 6, 5, that's 26, plus 4 is 30. That's not enough. So this has to have 9 in it. That has to go there. 9 is in one of these 3 squares. Oh, where's 6 in this box? Sorry, that's really obvious, isn't it? It's got to go there. It's very disconcerting when it doesn't clear any fog. These 3 digits have to add up to 17. So presumably they need 8 in them. Yes, 754 is nowhere near enough. So there's definitely 8 in there. And then... So we're now on 23, and we've got to get to another 9 without using 4, 5, 3, 6 or 1, 8. So it's got to be 2, 7. So this is 2, 7, 8. That is not a 2. We haven't put 1, 3 and 5 into the top row. Yeah, that's lovely. That's got to be a 5. And that's because that C's a 1, 2, 3 triple. So if that was 1 or 3, you couldn't put that digit in that cage. So this is 5. This digit in the corner is 1 or 3. Could get a 3 in the corner. We don't have the total for that cage though. That can't be a 2. It sees 2 in that cage, which has got 2, 3 and 5 in it. So okay, so column 4 has not had 4, 7 and 8. So that's 4, 7 or 8. That's 4, 7 or 8. 2 in row 1 is in one of those squares. 2 in box 4 is in one of those squares. So where's 2 in column 1? It's not here. It's not here. So it's in one of those squares. I don't think that does anything. Okay, but let's go back to this 27, because didn't we work out it had the same possible shapes as that 32? This can't be the extension now. It must be a T. That's the only valid shape that we can make there. We worked out it couldn't be an F, and now it can't be a Y without being the same as that one. So this is a T, which means it's this one upside down, which makes that a 6, I think. Which makes... I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. Okay. No, I'm not sure. That's... Can we do maths on this box using the secret? Is that possible? Now, the secret is something I share with only my very favourite people. But of course, if you're watching this, you're one of my favourite people. The secret of Sudoku is that a complete box of a Sudoku contains the digits 1 to 9 once each, and those digits sum to 45. So, if those digits sum to 21, which they do, because 27 minus 6 is 21, plus 14 is 35, that means these three digits sum to 10, but these are selected from 2, 3 and 5, so this one must be as well, because 2 plus 3 plus 5 is 10. So that's 2, 3 or 5, and must be the same as that digit. And that has not worked. I thought that might be, I thought we might do better with that, but alas, no. Right. So where should we look now? Do we have a... Have we got any easy wins? What do they added up to 8, didn't they? To make 14 with the 6 I've got in there at the moment. We don't know what that one adds up to. Oh, sorry. Is this really obvious? It could be. Let me think. I'm not really sure where to look here. We could try... There's got to be a shape coming out of there. I quite like to know if this is the 20... Oh, that's it's really annoying. Okay, look, there is a photograph of this possible shape. It would put... Well, would it though? No, because it could put a 9 here. Oh, that's rotten, you know. Because if it was a rotation of this, the 9 would... This 6 would become a 9 in the bottom corner. And that's very possible, actually. And the 9 in a 4-cell cage adding to 28. The other 3 digits would add up to 19. I think that's possible. I think it's very possible. 4, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I mean, if this isn't an O tetromino, it must be a P pentomino. Oh, actually, can I do... Here's a thought, which might be a bad thought, but I'm going to try it anyway. I have got 12. I've got 14's worth of gap there. How many tetrominoes have I got to find? I've only got one, haven't I? I've got this tetromino, this tetromino, this yeah, I've got one tetromino. Right, this is huge. This is huge. So what I want to do is to focus on those cells, of which there are 14. Now, it's possible that this shape drops down here and takes one of these squares, in which case I'd have 13 cells left to fill. But we're only using, to make 13, I'm only allowed to use 5s and 4s, and I'm only allowed to use 1 4, because there's only one tetromino shape we haven't found. So it would be impossible to do 13, because you couldn't do double 4 5, because there's only one shape of 4 to be found. So this does not go down. Ah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful logic. Right, so now I've got 14's worth of shape to find, so I must have a 4-cell shape in there, which must be this one, because otherwise I can't make, if this is only made up of pentominoes, obviously it would be a multiple of 5. It's not. So given that the last tetromino is in this area, that is not a tetromino, and it must extend there. That is so lovely. Whichever one of you came up with that, or perhaps it was both of you, that is absolutely beautiful. Now, 34. These 3 squares add up to 11 using the secret. Unfortunately, I think there are going to be quite a lot of ways of doing that. Okay. Let me think. Where should... Oh, here is a small point which I'm definitely using. Where is... Look at the middle box. Where is 1? And the answer is, I don't know. But I think it's in those 2 squares, which means that square is a 3. Oh, I didn't get a 3 in the corner. Bobbins. Okay, never mind. This is now 1 2 pair. So 1 is placed, look, in box 2 now, because of this pencil mark. It's got to be here. That might do something, I'm not sure. I've got 5 1s placed. And I don't know. We haven't got. Have we got a picture of the P pentomino? No, we don't. Okay, look. Let's delineate the tetromino there, because we know that's a correct shape, and we know that in here somewhere we've got to put this shape. And then 2 more shapes. So there's going to be something coming out of here, but we don't know how that extends. But we have to, yeah, we've got to put this football in somewhere. Where are we putting the football? Can't put it there, because that would be a L tetromino left over. You can't put it there, because that wouldn't be a pentomino. You can't put it there, because that would be a domino. So that is a shape. Right. So that is a new shape. We'll make it blue, perhaps. It's this one. Right, it can't have a 6 in its top left-hand corner, because that would clash. So it must have a 9 in its bottom right-hand corner. And therefore there's a shape here coming out. What colour should we make that? Let's make that red. No, I don't want to make it red. I'll make it yellow. So there's one coming out here. Now this can't be a Y. We've had that. Oh, it would be good if it was an F. Can it be an F? Yeah, it could be an F if that was an 8. I think that's what it might have to be. It can't be L. Yeah, it has to be that shape. It has to be an N, because anything else is a duplication. So we've got this and this to finish off this area at the bottom, and that shape is here. So flip it round a bit. That's going to be an 8. So that's a 7 at the top. This is a 4. We've got a 2-8 pair in the top row. 4 is in one of those 3 squares by Sudoku. Now, what else can we do there then? We must be able to do something. This 8, 8, so 8 is in one of those squares. In fact, what have we got left to place in box? We've got 2, 5, 8 to place into these squares. And that's definitely not 8 or 2. So this is 2. That's 5, that's 8, and this box is finished now. That digit is not a 5, so there must be a 5 in here, which means that digit is not a 5. Now, what does that mean? 9 in this box, box 6, is in one of those squares. If 9 wasn't in the 28, would we run into trouble? Yes, we would. Yes, we would. This has to be 9, because that's the secret I'm using there. So look at that box. It adds to 45 by the secret. We've got 28 plus 6 is 34. So the other 3 digits here add up to 11. So if we did put 9 in one of those cells, the other 2 digits would have to add up to 2, and they both have to be 1, and that's silly. So we're not doing that. That is 9. And apparently that doesn't do anything. Okay. Golly gosh, there's quite some Sudoku we could be called upon to do here, which is a terrifying thought. How shall we approach this? Can we work out how to split the top bit? We've got to go. Okay, there's a shape here that's emerging. Let's make that one red. I've not used red yet. Now, it can't take that one, can it? Because if it took that one, it's cutting off a domino, only one of which could belong to red. So that's not right. That's not in it. So this is a W. And hopefully we're going to get something. This, yeah, here we go. That W puts a 1 here. So that's a 1, that's a 2. That's a 1, here we go. And how many 1s have I got now? Oh, there's got to be a 1 in the bottom right hand corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All 1s are done. All your 1s belong to us. Now, is that 2 in that box? No, it's not. So we can't get that 3. It looks like it wants to be a 3, but we don't know that. Okay. Oh, by the same logic we did before, those 2 digits have to add up to 10 now, because we worked out those 3 digits added up to 11, didn't we? So these are either 2, 8 or 3, 7, depending on... So this is a 5 now in row 6. Because this is either 2, 8 or 3, 7, and that's a 2 or a 3. So there's a virtual 2, 3 pair in those 3 cells. So that can't be a 2 or a 3 as well. That must be 5. Which means 5 in column 6 is in one of those 2 cells. Now, it doesn't quite work. I was hoping to do something with that and it didn't work. I mean, I can see if that's 5, that's got to be a 2, 5 pair. These 3 squares, remember, they add up to 8. Oh. Yes. Okay, I can't do that, but I can do it differently. Where's 5 in column 7 is a good question. It can't be there for 2 reasons. It would repeat in the red shape, and it would repeat in this box. So it's not there. This can't be 5. Oh no, it can. I'm wrong. No, I'm talking absolute nonsense. I'm so sorry. No, I am totally wrong. That can't be 5 is true, because that would knock 5 out of both of those squares. But that can be 5 if that is 5. So 5 in this column is in one of 2 places. That's all I can do, I'm afraid. Bother. Right, let's try something else then. What about... Well, we know... Okay, we know how to complete purple, don't we? Because this is a box, and we've got a 2-3 pair hovering around, lurking. So these must be 4, 7, 9. Now, let's put that in and check the maths of this. 4, 7 and 9 sum to 20, plus 1 plus 6 is 27, so that's fine. Okay, let's try and work out how to do this. We've got 10 cells, we've got 2 pentominoes to find, one of which is a V, because we haven't had a V, which is this one. Oh, that might be a problem. Yeah, we've got V and Z to place, so the Z must go there. Anything else is going to cut off a bit of it. So this is a region. We'll make that blue. This is a region. We'll make that yellow. So that's the final delineation. This is how they all live together in the penthouse. Now, I want to say this has got 9 in it, therefore, and that 9 has to go... It is okay. I was worried about this 9 pencil mark, but I think it's fine. This has to be 9. This can't be 9. This can't be 9. Can't repeat it within a region. That's therefore 9. So 9 is in one of those 2 cells at the bottom of column 2. Let's double click our 9s. How many have we got? We've got 6. That's not 9. So there is a 9. Oh, hang on. Can we do better than that? No, maybe not. And did we get a photo of the Z? No, I don't think we did. So have I used up all of the photos? That one, that one, that one. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, this one. What about that one? I haven't used this one, you know. This 9 is not in the right place. For this to be... This must be a 6. And it must be there. That's useful, surely. He says... Oh, maybe it... No, maybe it's not. There is a 6 now in the X at the bottom. Okay. What about those cells? Let's do some Sudoku. 3, 6, 7, 8. That can't be 8 or it would repeat in red. It can't be 6 or it would repeat in the column. So this is 3 or 7. Oh, bother. I don't think I can do that. What about that digit? That's not 8 or 6. So that's 3 or 7. So these digits are 6, 8, a 6-8 pair. Although somehow we don't know the order, which seems weird. These are from 3, 5 and 7. And again, I don't seem to know the order there either. These are from 3, 4 and 7. No, I'm not seeing how to resolve that. Okay, let's keep going around the photographs. So we've got the eye, that's this one, so we don't know about that. We've got, that's this one, we've done that. Did we put the 8 in? We did. Did we put the, yeah, apparently we did, and I think we did put a 4 in there. I remember doing that one. Right, so I think everything else from here is Sudoku. A terrifying prospect. Now, How should we do that? Or it could be a bit mathsy as well, couldn't it? Because we've got those adding up to 22. So those are 23. So these are adding up to 22, including a 2. So 3 digits there summing to 20. But they could be, I think they could be 875. Right, how do we do this then? 2, 3. Wow, I don't know what to do. It's... Gosh, no, this is intriguing. Do we have to colour 2s and 3s or something? Maybe it's something like that. Wouldn't be shocked. Or it could be... It could be sort of geometry, couldn't it? Like that, if that's a 3, it's putting 3 over there. That would make this a 3, this a 3, 3. All sorts of 3s would appear in the grid. That digit. Yeah, that digit is in here, isn't it? Oh, yeah, okay, maybe these add up to 8. No, these add up to 7 because those 3 add up to 8. Now, in this position, that's got to be a 3 or a 5 then. So this has got to be a 2 or a 4. And... oh, it doesn't work. What I was going to try and do was to use this digit. Now, this digit has to appear in this cage, in box 9. Because it can't repeat in yellow and it can't repeat in its own row. So it is down here and it's not equal to 1. So it's down there and it is 4 or 5. And then very annoyingly, I think it can be either. Oh, that doesn't feel, that feels completely mad, doesn't it? Yeah, sorry, I don't think I can do that. Okay, let's try. 5 is in one of those 2 cells. That seems to be true. Oh, this row has got a 2-3 pair in it. So 4, 5, 7 is what we need to finish this off. That's not 5. That one seems to be able to be anything, and that one seems to be able to be anything as well. Okay, that's not how to do it then. 8 in this column is in yellow. Again, I just don't think that's good enough either. This is remarkable. It really is remarkable. It's not that easy, I don't think. Can I rule 9 out from here? There's definitely a 6 in there, isn't there? Or let's think about that. So if there was 9, 10, 16, and we'd have 2 more digits that had to add up to 7, which could be 2, 5 or 3, 4. I think those would be possible. No, 2, 5 wouldn't be. It would have to be 3, 4. So if that's 9, this is 3, 4, 6. And that looks like it works to me. So that's extraordinary. Okay. Alright, what am I missing here? Marty and Lorena, what have you done? I wish I knew. What do we think the solution is here? No, let's try some Sudoku. I mean, I will have to resort to it. Where is 9 in box? No, I don't like that idea. I'm changing horses immediately. 6s? Oh, okay. We have got quite a few 6s in the grid. Let's see if we can do something with those. 6. Yeah, 6 in box 9 is in... Oh no, it could be here, could it? Oh no, it could be. I was about to say it has to be in there, but I don't think that's true. I think it could be here. Okay, so that was a bad thought. 5s. Oh. We haven't really got that many 5s in the grid. No, I don't like the look of 5s. Let's try 4s. We hardly have any 4s in the grid. Have I really only got 1 3? What about 2s? Okay. No, okay, so have I forgotten a rule or something? Is that possible? I don't know, is the short answer. Let me just have a quick look at the rules. We've got the pet cat called Ocho. Outlines are shown by the... I have filled the grid, haven't I? I mean, I can't think I've missed a pentomino or something. Oh, no 2 characters have the same total. What? I haven't even thought about that. Really? Oh, goodness. No. I mean, I don't think that's going to do very much. Let me just think about that, though. So what would... If that was... What have we got here? We've got 16... Oh, this is so annoying. It's like Tall Cat all over again. Right, look at this one. If that's a 7, I think that adds up to 23, which is the same as that one. I might be wrong. No, I'm right. That's a 3. You rotten people. 7. You've all been laughing at me again. Okay. Oh, this is massive. That's a 5 and that's a 2 now. That's forced. So that's not 5. Okay, so this column needs a 7 and an 8 in it. So that's we can write those in. That's no longer a 7. So this is no longer a 3. This is no longer a 2 by Sudoku, so that's no longer an 8. So we've now got a 2-3 pair here. And these 3 digits are the digits 3, 4, 6 to complete box 9. Let's put that in and see if we can do anything with that. We can get rid of 4 from here. I don't know. We might be able to do... What about this digit? No, I don't think it's quite doing enough. This is 2, 3 or 8. But we might have to go and think about... See, now we know the total of that cage, which is 35. Okay, so we can't have any other 35 cages. Oh, this is what the notes are for, you know. This is what we've got to do. We've got to write down all the cage totals. So, we've got a 32 here. I mean, that's given to us. We've got a 23 here. That's given to us. We've got a 10 is given. A 35. We've got a... Well, I just don't know. I don't know what that one is. What was that one? That one became 19 as a result of our putting this digit into it. How could this be a 4? Where would we put 4 in box 9? There would be nowhere for it to go. That's got to be 5. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's doing very much, but it was an exciting thought while we had it. Okay, but now this is 20 plus something. Is there any cage totals there that we wouldn't like? We could have 30. We could have 29, or we could have 27. I don't think we know. 4, 7, 8, 9. 4, 7, 8 into this square. Oh, that's a 20. I'm just going to write that down. That's a 27 cage. This cage, we sort of know the total. We know it roughly. It depends what this digit is. But we've got 12 there, haven't we? So if that's a 2, 14, this would be a 31 cage. So this is a 31 or a 30 cage. But we haven't actually got those in our specification, so that's not that helpful. Oh, sorry about that. If there was no 7... Oh, hang on, that's a 4. That's repeating in that cage. I was thinking if there's no 7 in here, these have to be 2, 3, 5, and this cage would add up to 15. Have we had a 15 cage anywhere else? I don't think we have. We've had an 11. We've had a 12. We've had a 14. We've had a... Oh, I don't know. Oh, sorry, is this... Oh, hang on, 4 now. 4 in box 1 is placed. Now, does that help with anything? I don't think it's going to, is it? 4 is in one of 2 places in box 4. 4 is in the 23 cage here, and 6 is in this 23 cage. So what have we got now? We've got 11. We need 12 more, which is either going to be 3, 9, can't be 4, 8, 3, 9, or 5, 7. But it's not 3, 9, because 3 is in one of those cells in box 1, and 3 is in one of those cells in box 4. So I suppose, yes, okay, where's 3 in column 1 would be the simplest way of seeing that. 3 is in one of those 3 squares, so it's not in here. So this is... Okay, that's placed 9 in this box, definitely. So we now know exactly what the specification of this is. It's 4, 6, 5, 7, and some of these digits are going to be removable. That can't be 4 or 6. That can't be 6 or 5. And that can't be 5. And... Oh no! 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 That didn't work. It nearly worked. 2, 3, 5... Oh no! This is hard. Oh, okay. Right, in this column... No, I'm wrong anyway. That could be an 8. Sorry, I thought I was about to say something profound, and I'm very much not. Okay, but do I know those digits now? I must do. That's definitely not 5. So these are 2, 3, 8. Okay, that's going to be important, isn't it? 2, 3, 8. So these are 4, 5, 7. Into those squares. Okay, so now this L pentomino, we nearly know the total of it. It is 22 plus 4 or... I don't believe it. It's 26 or 29, and none of those appear in my list. No! Okay, can we do anything with this one? 16. It depends what this is, doesn't it? If that's a 4, that's 5, 7. So what did I say? I'm on 16. Plus 5, 7 is 28, which I haven't had, I don't think. And if that's 7 on the other hand, that's 9, 25. Which I also don't appear to have had. I don't believe it. That's quite incredible. That is quite incredible. Wow. Okay. Okay, what about that little cage? Because we worked out they added up to 10, didn't we? So we've got 19 there, plus this one. Okay, this is not a 4, because that would be 23, and I know I've had a 23 cage. So this is 3 or 6. Have we had... What are we on? Have we had? Is there a 22? No, that's not a 22. So it's 22 or 25. Is that really what we're saying? Oh, I've got a 3-6 pair there, so that becomes a 4. I can get a total for this one in a minute, which I'm certainly going to check, just in case it helps me. 24, 30, or 20. 27 I have had, apparently. Is that really true? 20. Where's my 27 cage that I am claiming I've found? There. No, it's actually given. I have had a 27. Right. So that's a 6. So that's a 3, and that can't repeat in its cage. So that becomes 2, 8. That becomes 3. That becomes 8. That becomes 6. This is this is evil. Right. Okay. Let's just check the maths of this one. So we've got 21, 28. That works. In fact, I haven't written 28 here, so I'm going to write it. Now this one became 30. Let's write that. Have to do it like that. That's a 3, so that became a 2 now. That becomes a 3, 2, 3. Ooh. Yeah, that becomes a 2 just through the through the mechanisms of cages. I haven't put 8 into row 4. And it seems to have to go there. So I'll trust that and put it in. So that's 8, that's 2. Surely it's done now. I now know what this cage sums to. It sums to 45 minus 40. Is it? Hang on, is it 14? It's 14. 31 is what this cage sums to. So we'll put that in. So I've got a 30, a 31, a 32, a 35. 5, 1, 2, 5, 6. So that digit is there. So it can't be a 4. That's a 7 or a 9 into this position. Six here means this isn't a 6. So this is a 5, 7. So that's a 4. That's a 6. And, okay. I still don't know. How can this still be resisting? That's a 7, right. Aha. So that's a 3. This cage is 15 or 17. Both of which we haven't had. What about that one then? 23. Oh, we might be able to... Yeah, we can do this one. Right. We're on 23, 27. So if that was 5, we'd be on 32, which apparently I've had. There, I have had it. So that's got to be 7 for 34. 5. 5, 7. And 34 goes into our list. Now, okay. That 7's done. 7, 8, 9 here. That was the same as that digit, wasn't it? So this is a 4-7 pair. I'm sure it's done now. Actually, it feels like we've broken the back of it. Probably famous last words. But in this column, what do we need? We need 3, 4, 7. That's got to be a 3. So that's a 2. That's a 7. That's a 4. This is a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. And no, is this still being difficult? 5, 22, 26 or 29. They're not on my list. Really? What? What about what's this? I don't think 16. I've got 28 listed here. I don't know where that's from. There. Okay, right. I think I could have done this earlier. I just didn't realise. I've got 16. If that was a 5-7 pair, it would duplicate this one. So it's not a 5-7 pair. It must involve a 4. So that's going to finish it. So that's 5. That's 7. That's 4. That's 5. Oh. Hang on. What? Okay. That's revealed loads of these goggly eyed. Oh, see, these are the characters. Well, it means I must have got the puzzle correct. Normally, well, I don't think I do have the checker on. I don't know why. They've appeared. All of the sort of googly eyes have appeared. But that's a very clever puzzle. It's very mean, that last bit. You really have to focus. Is it correct? Yes. Okay, I was expecting some sort of amusing message at the end. I didn't find that easy, actually. It's a really good puzzle. It's very fun to solve. But the last bit, where you have to work out where the cage totals go, was tricky. And I'm very relieved I got these notes here. That they were important. But I filled the penthouse. It's quite I associate penthouses with lots of extra space. This one would be somewhat cramped, but it was a very enjoyable experience to work that out. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.